Welcome to the greatest podcast. Go argue with your mama. Hello. It's 2Mooreisinapod starring Marcus and Deanna. You might just hear some drama. We all a little off kilter. Right. But what you ain't gonna find around this bitch here is a filter. So put the kids to bed before you get comfy and cozy. This is rated MA, mature audiences only. We keep it real, especially in a room full of phonies. From the mill to a mill, get in tune with my homies. The more I got some peoples from the bill, y'all should listen to. The more they provide that real that'll get you through. I got some peoples from the bill, y'all should listen to. And I'm so raw, just let a dick get an interview. I got some peoples from the bill, y'all should listen to. They provide that real that'll get you through. I got some peoples from the bill, y'all should listen to. And I'm so raw, just let a dick get an interview.
We're back.
Yep.
Y'all know what she said to me? She said I got the Where's Waldo look going on.
I mean, you do. I'm not lying. Where's that Waldo from?
Huh?
You definitely look like Where's Waldo.
You look like Deanna with an Illinois hat on.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you still handsome?
You kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
I say you're handsome.
Ask me why I got this Titans hat on.
Why you got the Titans hat on?
It's time for the motherfucking Titans. They back tonight. I know it's just preseason, but it's preseason for me too. Because guess what?
Right.
I got to give me a parlay in. You know what I'm saying? I got to work out my preseason parlay kinks right now. So you know what I'm saying? Because that's like an extra income for us.
Yeah, when you hitting.
I mean, I look. I don't bet a lot, right? I don't bet like big amounts. So when I hit,
okay.
It's a lot.
You didn't mean frequency.
Yeah,
okay.
no frequency.
Okay.
I bet frequency. I bet a lot.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the amount of money. I don't bet a lot.
Yeah, because you cheat like me.
Yeah, but so when we hit, it's like a hell of a profit.
Fact.
Yeah.
Can you get yourself done? Or you can use it? Why you that?
I hear you, but I can't hear you.
That's all right. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh.
You might as well bring our guest on.
Well, I think I guess he couldn't hear us, but hold up for 1 second. We're going to bring him on.
Okay.
In just a second, just to, you know. Oh, there you go. But listen. So, well, we do have a guest.
We do.
Joining virtually live with us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, for all you people, if for some reason you can't get to us, you know what I'm saying, feel free to join us virtually. You did?
Yeah.
But
no excuses.
None.
Yeah.
I
ain't gotta pull up. I mean, it's more fun if you pull up.
It is because we're a good time. But as Poncho said, we finna be the hottest podcast in Tennessee. So, you know what I'm saying? You better get on now because when we book, we book.
Okay, popular shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, we have a guest though.
Let me get
Our
the audio
guest
together. Hold on.
is he might be having technical difficulties, so we might need to talk a little bit more. But our guest is a barber.
Yes.
And you know, barbers are like huge in the community.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Like all kind of shit goes down at the barber shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Like what? Tell me something.
I mean,
so I need to start coming with you when you get your haircut?
no, because you won't be allowed.
Oh, okay. Because I used to get my eyebrows done at the barbershop, and it was very wholesome. I mean, they charged a lot of shit, a whole lot of shit.
That's what we mean. It's just like
yeah, that ain't not going down then.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It be going down like that.
Yeah, okay.
We when I had hair, when I used to go get my hair done, you know, I used to sit in y'all.
Just saying shop. You get your hair done don't even sound right.
No, I wasn't getting it done. No,
Marcus, you need to be grateful that you got your hair cut.
I'm a little scruffy now.
That's fine.
So I mean, ain't no telling. I might let it grow back out. We'll see.
So you can get that silk press like David Banner had.
Something like that. Hey, you see how I got these metas on right now? I'm taking pictures of, you know what I'm saying, what we doing and all that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but
I think we're passing the time.
Yeah, I think we have. So with that being said and done, without further ado, let's bring on our guest today, Mr. Keith Powell, owner of So Amazing Barbershop. Mr. Keith Powell, owner of So Amazing Barbershop. What's up, Keith? Can you hear us? We can't hear you now. You good?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me, Marcus?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I don't think he can hear us.
What you using, your phone or your computer?
I just said I don't think he can hear us. Text it to me.
Can you hear us?
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. He was just on and we could hear each other just fine.
Message from Marcus Farrell. To call or message them, give Meta AI.
We need some hold music.
Well, having some technical difficulties, but we're gonna get our barber back in just a second.
Message from Marcus Farrell.
Let me take these meta glasses off because I keep on getting messages in my ear. And I don't want to listen to that shit the whole time. All right, so so he's saying that we sound like aliens on the phone. So I'm gonna have him restart and then join back in. While he's fixing everything, what you think our Titans gonna do this year, man?
You know what? I always know not to get too ahead of myself because I've done that before and they have disappointed me. But I think we're gonna have a decent season. I think we're gonna. How about this? We're gonna have more wins this year than we did last year.
All right. Well, I guess it's back. Let me add him to the stage and see what we got going. Keith, can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Can you hear me? All right.
All right. Well, welcome to the stage again, Mr.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice to be talking to y'all finally, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
How's everything going?
Man, everything is love. Everything is love, man.
I think I missed the interlude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you ain't missed nothing too. You can watch it on the playback, you know what I'm saying, and see how we tried to kill a little bit of time to I guess Ivana got back. So
Absolutely. So what you would like me to do? Introduce myself right now?
my name is Ho.
All right.
So we have let everybody know that you're a barber. But
Okay.
you're much more than a barber. You Keith Powell. So Keith, talk to us, man. Introduce yourself. Tell us about you. Pop your shit.
All right. As y'all already know, my name is Keith Powell. I'm a barber, owner of So Amazing Barbershop. Been doing that for a long little while now. We started in like 2013, actually getting my official license for a barbershop. I've been cutting since 2008 professionally. I'm a father, got 3 beautiful daughters, about to be a grandfather soon. So, just living life, enjoying this beautiful life we're blessed with.
We 3 girls.
Yeah.
3 daughters. Yep, 2 grown ones and one in high school, one in 10th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you about to join us, the no kids in school gang.
Yeah, empty nester. I'm about to see what that's about.
Yeah, life is good, man. So congratulations on becoming a grandparent or about to become a grandparent. Well, you technically are a grandparent.
Yeah, basically, technically, right?
Yeah.
She's due September 11th, so we'll be waiting for that blessing to come. Baby Lennox is on the way.
Man, that's a blessing.
Okay.
On September 11th.
Yeah, right.
That hey, that baby need to come a little bit early. Maybe
Hey,
on the
I was
10th.
throwing jokes out there all the time about that, saying we making a little terrorist baby, but you know.
So I know as we was getting set up, you said something
Yes.
about
Oh
shot.
well, you know, yeah, we definitely can take one. We
So,
definitely can take a shot. I'm with it.
Let's go ahead and start
Let's
this
get it.
out real quick. You know what I'm saying? To get the show started right.
Get us one in.
Let's get this party started
Ah,
right.
what you got there? That look like some tequila or something.
It is some tequila, mi campo.
Okay.
Me
You
and
know.
mine.
Tequila.
Key
Yeah.
says lucky motherfuckers, so I guess she's referring to us empty nesters.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know, let's get
Hey.
it. We'll be there soon. What? No, y'all be there. Yeah, we both right there. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's a blessing, though, man.
No, we're already there.
Oh yeah, y'all are already there.
We're
you know.
already there.
I know
Let's
that's
get that
exciting.
together.
Can walk
We're
around the crib, do
already
what you
there.
want.
Hey,
You know.
Salute to, you know what I'm saying, your business, your new grandbaby, everything, man. We about to get into the nitty gritty.
Yes, I appreciate it, man. Many blessings.
All right. Woo!
I hit the spot.
All
right.
right.
All right, so baby, start us off, man, because you do better with the questions and shit like that. I just do better with the ignorance. So start us off tonight.
We can do a mixture of both.
Right. So you said you've been cutting hair since 2000?
Well, I've been cutting hair since, like, to be honest, like middle school. Me and the friends cutting, then me cutting my brother, him kind of having the clippers at the house, practicing on him, practicing on friends. So for a long while before 2000s, I graduated from high school in 03. So I've been playing around with the clippers since middle school. So yeah, I'm 40. I turned 41 this year. So yeah, but I've been playing with the clippers for a while. Man, we right there, ain't it? Right there.
Man, y'all
call us unks now.
Golly.
He older than
call us unks. You right there. Hey, look, you right there. Don't even play like that. You know, when we was coming up, we was watching y'all playing ball and everything. So don't act like that, Marcus.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit older.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I already know. Like, that's all I already know. Well, you know the history and go back. I could tell some days, you know.
Yeah. So what made you pick up the clippers and start cutting?
Really, you know, in that young boy stage of wanting to line myself up, have fresh lineups every day, you know, playing around with the clippers and just practicing on friends, family members, my brother. And then it just became more so a hobby, you know, and later in life, when you don't have any money, basically in college, it's like, what can you go to? And that was the thing that I went to, you know, and that's where I found out more so that I needed to have a license in order to cut, you know, to be a professional. But barbering and cutting hair, lining people up, doing little basic regular temp phase, that was what I was doing before I actually became a professional.
That's dope.
Yeah, I needed him because my mama cheap ass wasn't paying. What was the barber college that we had in Clarksville?
Queen City.
Queen City, yeah.
Queen City.
Had to go there. All my friends was going to like Shea Paris and all the expensive ones. I went to Queen City, $5 cuts.
Now, if you could find a barber in Queen City, you were straight, because most of the, you know, barbers around Clarksville, that's where they all started at. So, you know, Queen City birthed a whole bunch of barbers in Clarksville, believe it or not, you know.
They did, but here's the thing. During that time, they were students.
Right. So they were still learning.
They practiced it on our heads, basically.
Give you an even Steven and call it a day.
But for $5, man, and you know,
you can't beat that. You can't beat that, man. $5 haircut, you know. Now you might be a little messed up, but you know, over time it's gonna get better. But it went from $5 in Queen City to $10 in a barbershop, which you look at it now, it's like, man, compared to haircuts now and haircuts back then, it's a whole lot different.
Man, my before tip, I'm paying $55 now, which is diabolical. But
it's outrageous now, man. You know, but I can't do nothing but not, you know, I can respect the hustle as far as like the people charging the prices they charge. And so, you know, I understand it all around as far as the prices, but sometimes it does get outrageous, like you said.
Yeah. I remember back in the day, a haircut was the thing. Like, you come to school with a bowl cut, oh, you was finna hear it.
You're gonna get flamed up.
Man, Wyatt, who was on the well, he wasn't on the show, but pulled up on us a little bit ago. Wyatt would let your ass have it. I remember Wyatt telling somebody that he got his hair cut at Kroger's in the back with a ruler and a pair of scissors. Like you would get tore up about your head.
Terrible. I mean, I had a couple of guys come to the school where they was doing their own self cuts. I had a guy get like the beehive lines in his hair so he can create his waves.
Oh,
he got flamed up for a whole week for that.
Oh,
but actually, honestly, it worked. Once his hair grew in, he had deep waves after that.
Wow.
So I mean, plenty of dudes was coming to school doing different things, and it was more so too, like that was a hobby of ours in a way, just to act like we know it as far as to being barbers and knowing how to cut hair, and I'm gonna line you up or I'm gonna practice on you. But it was only a certain few who actually got the trade and just, extended it on to being a professional.
That's what's up. I had a question and it just slipped my mind, but I'm gonna get back to it. Hit that next question, wife. You got another question? My mind.
Yeah, what's going on with you? Is that shot?
No,
you know what? I'll put it to you like this. Since y'all supposed to be giving the questions, I give out a question. Wife, what do you expect to see when your husband comes home from when he gets a haircut?
Oh yeah, please answer this one because she the motherfucker that.
Excuse me, he asked me the question.
I'm sorry, she's the reason I don't have any hair anymore.
But it was a good decision. It was a good decision. I want to see a crisp line.
Okay.
So I don't care if he has a little bit more hair or if it's like all gone. But I want it to be even. I want it to be neat. I also like the little details. Like I don't necessarily need the black pepper sprinkle, but I don't hate it. I do think it adds something.
Gotcha.
But the little details like trim his nose hair. Okay. Make sure he ain't got no hair growing out of his ears. Or the mustache, it need to be right. His beard needs to be taken care of and catered to. Like he ain't gonna do nothing to it. But one thing I will say, every time he come back from the barbershop, I do love that it looks like his beard has been taken care of and real well maintained.
Okay. First off, fuck you.
But boy, hey, the nose hair and the ear hair, hey, it got to go. It got to go.
Yeah.
She don't like that scruffiness on you, man. She don't like to see it from the side when she give you that side evil eye and she see that little hair.
She'll be all right. She'll be all right.
And facial hair is itchy.
Yeah.
So,
true enough. True enough.
Facial hair. I need you to have a smooth.
It'll give you a little tickle though,
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about the business side of it. So it was a passion, it was a love. It was doing something in college. So when did you realize to say, hey, I'm finna go professional with this? And what made you realize that?
Okay. You know how they say college isn't for everybody. It isn't, but I was in college while I actually found what I needed to do. I was kind of slacking off in college. I didn't know where I was going to go as far as finishing or, like getting an associate's or not. So at that time, I was kind of going through the struggles of more so living a regular life and then being a college student at the same time. The thought process was like, man, I'm up here broke. I'm not really making any money. My mom's sending me money every other weekend. How can I make some money? And barbering helped me. And then my mom kind of gave me the idea like, well, you still got some of your college loans and stuff available to where school is still considered that for barbering. So, with the barbering, you can actually use your college grants or, like student loans or SBA. So that's what I did. I came back to Clarksville, got into Queen City and pursued it, and actually was dedicated and focused on finishing that. And I mean, compared to more so what I was trying to do in the streets and stuff, it's almost an exact same thing to where I could be on the streets doing this or that for $20 or $30, where I could be behind a chair doing the same thing, conversating with people, talking to youngsters about different things as far as getting out of the streets or just bettering their lives. And I mean, I was happy doing it and it made me money. And to this day, it's more so providing for the family. And I feel it's a good trade.
I love it.
I do too. I think that a couple things that I love that he said, to being able to sit and talk to the youngsters. Like that is a time, it's classic when you're talking about the barbershop, sitting in the chair, talking to your barber. Like it's kind of almost therapeutic in a way,
Absolutely.
And so I think that that's dope that you have that responsibility, and that like somebody could come in there having a badass day, right? But then they sit in your barber chair, and not only do they get a fresh cut thinking they look amazing and like $1 million bucks, because you look how you feel, right?
Yeah.
When you
Absolutely.
get that fresh cut, you can't be told shit. That's why
Absolutely.
that's why your girl won't even let you go nowhere after you get a fresh cut. She done told me so many times. I'm like, man, you got a fresh cut. But when I go out
appearance
like
correlates
this,
to the world.
yeah. But when I look like this, she be like, go, yeah, go do
Because
it.
in her mind frame, nobody's looking at you.
Yeah.
Or you don't, more so like, how we all were raised. You got to look presentable when you step outside. So, and then also correlating to sports, you look good, you feel good, you play good. So, I mean, it goes to more so too with the man being in the barbershop. Grooming is something I feel that's a necessity for men to, be groomed and keep themselves up. You never know who you're going to run across. You never know the people that you're going to come in conversation with. Maybe that lick to where it makes you rich or, not. So, I mean, being a barber is a good thing for me as far as talking to the kids and helping them understand, like, we all have issues, we all have problems, but more so in the parents thing, it helps you feel better. It helps you feel mentally and spiritually better,
Yeah.
So because I see why women keep themselves up, like it makes them feel good all around.
It does. So I don't want to hear no shit.
Oh, never say
No, I
that
mean, I
about you
get it,
keeping yourself up. I listen, we argue about not the fact that she keeps herself up. It's the fact that we will know that we got to be somewhere at 4:00 all day. She starts getting ready at 2:00.
We
And
simple.
4:30, she's still getting
easy.
ready. And I'm like,
We
baby,
easy, bro.
you knew what time we were supposed to be there.
You talking? I don't think you heard what he said.
No, I heard him say we easy, but listen,
it.
that doesn't excuse
He
your
don't want to put
bullshit.
lotion on nothing but the things that show, and then ask me why it take me so long, because I'm lotioning my whole body. You just lotioning your arms.
You're wasting lotion.
See, okay. Anyway, that ain't.
Listen, it gives you something to play with anyway. If he asks your arm, you can write your name on the side. You good to go.
True. When I get bored, I might have to do that a little bit.
Nah, but I feel, appearance is everything though. Keeping yourself together, keeping yourself lined up, your beard trimmed, it's everything. I mean, for a man, I feel it should be, in a way. You got some men that don't really care about it, don't really worry about it. It's not a necessity, but it may change, the way you think about things. It may change your outlook on life as far as how people look at you or treat you.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
Have you ever had somebody come in and you they asking for a specific cut, and you have to tell them, do you give them that kind of feedback? Like, you sure you want that?
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I get a lot of the guys who have the receding hairlines in the front, and they're always trying to find different hairstyles that fit their hair. And a lot of the times, the less hair makes the receding hair line more so pop out more hair makes it look less visible. But those guys don't like a lot of hair. They want the waves or they want a shortcut. So, sometimes you have to deal with what you got, hereditary, that stuff is real. So
yeah.
Genes is real,
You think you're going to ever get into the man units?
I've done those a couple times actually.
Okay.
To believe it or not, I ain't gonna judge people on it. It's not a bad thing. It's almost the same as the comparison as far as how women get lace fronts or wigs or just more so weave in general, But me as a man, just speaking as me, if I lose it or it's gone, I'm probably gonna shave it off. But you have those things now to where it's tricks of the the hair world to where you can put a man piece on and nobody ever notice,
Yeah. They look good. Like I can see some videos. And I'm like, oh, so
it's definitely not noticeable.
No,
it's definitely not noticeable. A lot more men have more hair pieces than you believe.
Okay.
It's just the part as far as like what I'll say, like with women, I'll be like, don't let me wake up the next day and you don't look the same because of your hair, or y'all have multiple personalities with the different hair. You know, y'all always stay catfishing the guy with all these different hairstyles and different personalities and stuff. Which one are you? You know, but with
Give me our
men,
variety. That's all.
you know, with men, you're gonna find out. You're probably gonna find out within them first couple of days. It's hard. I feel it's hard to hide a hairpiece from a woman.
Yeah. We know where our eyes are just made for it. So let me ask you this: the times that you've had to do that kind of appointment,
Right.
Because it's common for women. So like, I don't feel no kind of way if I got to go into a salon and I'm gonna go get a wig or I'm gonna go get a weave because it's so common. But it's less common for men. So like, do those guys expect a certain level of privacy? They want to be your first appointment, or
I'm coming in with the trench coat, the black sunshade.
Yes.
Like, hey,
They're as private as women are when it comes to that. Like they don't want to set the appointments when it's a busy Saturday or Friday, something like that.
Okay.
They want to get in on a strictly appointment like on a Sunday or a Monday when it's slowest. They probably do want to be the last ones or the first ones. A lot of times not the first ones because I'm usually busy after I start my first appointment. So they don't want to be seen coming in or leaving. So it's kind of like a transition to where like they come in, probably have a hoodie on or probably have a skull cap on. When they sit down, they take it off and we get the work. And then afterwards, they're a whole different person. Their confidence definitely does come back. When they're first in there, they know what's going on. It's just the new age as far as like, if I have the opportunity or the tools to be able to make myself have hair, I'm going to do so.
yeah.
So that's what it's about with them. You know, if they could change it to where they have a full set of hair, they're going to do so. That's just like a woman with, you know, certain more so flaws in their hair, or even like the baby hairs aren't sitting right. They have different things that fill that in to make it look full, you know, to where you're not as insecure about those, you know, those looks.
Listen, hair make a person. I watch haircut videos all the time. That's just, I love to see a transformation because it really does make a difference. It can make them, motherfucker, or
it can break you. It definitely can break you. You know,
rough looking people come
you know,
in.
like the black hair stuff. You know, everybody's into that. Not, you know, I don't have no problem with it. As a barber, you know, it's a part of the trade. You know, it's a tool that we can use. It's something that's more so like an enhancement. And when they say enhancement, it's more so enhancing the flaws in certain areas that you don't have maybe so more so full hair.
Yeah.
So some people can overdo it. And then if it's done right, it looks well, you know, so I can't knock it either way. Well, you know, you have some things now to where it's like, it's basically permanent hair. I don't want to give the full tricks of the trade because it's basically hair tricks.
Don't give it away.
But I mean, it's like you can do it at your house yourself. It's not the same as far as like me giving you any secrets or anything because I'm a barber, so I'm doing it on the often. Now, you at the house, you can get better with it too over time. That's just like with me. Over time, I got better, you know, and it takes practice, you know, and it takes repetition. So, I mean, those are just different trade or tricks that you can do as far as enhancing your lineups or making your hair look fuller. And I feel there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Do what you do to make you feel happy.
Yeah.
No, that's solid. I got a question. So you talked about the passion, and you talked about when you knew it was time to be a professional. Now, after that, I'm assuming you worked in somebody else's barber to start.
Correct.
And so talk about that, and then talk about the transition to, you know what, I'm working in somebody else's barbershop. It's time for me to get my own.
Okay. I actually worked in 2 shops before I decided to more so get my own. My first shop was more so I knew somebody that I was in school with, and they ended up graduating before me and had their own shop. I went there to work for a little bit. And I mean, the transition from school to working in a barbershop, more so on your own when it's a shop that doesn't have steady walk-ins or in a populated area to where they know the shop, it's difficult, you know. And if you're not a people person, it's going to be even harder for you to get out there. You have to get out there on the concrete and walk around and talk to people. I mean, you have to be a social person. You have to open your mouth, tell them what you do. I mean, you're not going to believe me if I don't believe myself. You know, if I'm trying to sell you something, and you're like, you're not even interested in it, you don't even have any enthusiasm in it, you're not going to be willing to buy it, you know. But even if I'm a beginner, a lot of times people take honesty as what it is, you know. So it's like, if I'm a beginner barber and I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to get myself out there, I just got out of school, I worked at this shop, come give me a try. It's up to them to have, you know, up to them to come see me or not, you know. And I mean, starting off like that, it was hard, but I got out there and I did it, you know. And eventually moving from that shop to a shop that was commissioned, you know. And the first shop was booth rent, and that was, you know, you're paying out of your pocket. So if you don't have clients, how do you pay your booth rent? So I had to hustle to get out there to get the clients to pay booth rent, to maintain, to basically treat myself as an employee as well as being my own boss, you know. The next place that I went to was a consignment place, to where they had more walk-ins, more people, to where I can get experience with different haircuts, different hairstyles, different diversities of people, you know. And finally, when I transitioned to getting my own shop, it was one of my clients who wanted to be a shop owner, and he asked me if I wanted to be a manager at his shop. And with that opportunity, it was more so like, why not? So I transitioned from the shop that I was working at, making pretty good money, getting my clientele up, to a shop on Riverside Drive, to where I didn't have anybody, and just hoping that the clients that I had would follow me. And it worked out. You know, at first when I went down to Riverside Drive, nobody knew where I was at. A small amount of clients were following me, but it, you know, through God and working hard and grinding, it ended up working out for me in the end. The guy who wanted to be the owner, that just wasn't his passion, you know. But I enjoyed barbering. He just wanted to be an owner, you know, entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed barbering. I wanted to have a barbershop. And when he eventually decided to get out of the business, I had a partner with me, and we went into business together, and we bought him out, and birthed So Amazing Barbershop.
Yeah.
That is so lovely to hear. Because it ain't easy. I think people think being an entrepreneur of any sort, not just a barber, just an entrepreneur of any kind, is not easy.
No,
you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to put
absolutely.
yourself out there. There's going to be some good days. There's going to be some bad days. I know there were some days to say, you know what, the hell with this. The hell with this. I can go do something else, you know.
Absolutely.
But what
I thought about the Army one time, you know. At one point, you know, I was cutting, and it's just like, I just, you know, I felt like, man, it's just not working. Like, something's just not going right. I'm like, all right, let me do what Clarksville guys usually do, get into this Army, get these benefits, and, you know, do that. But something told me to just stick with it, you know, and it would work. And I'm here today, you know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I love the Thursday show. The grind, like, these people, everybody that we've had has faced adversity. They bossed up. They and a lot of their situations have been the first, like in their family, to do something and own a business and things of that nature. It's just always good to hear.
Yeah, no.
You know, I get that from my mom, actually. She, you know, she put me on the entrepreneurship. Like, I come from a single family household. So with my mom, hey, she was a boss, you know, she was a boss. And I mean, to me, in my mind, with her being retired, she still is a boss, you know. But she had her own home daycares in Clarksville. She had a Jamaican restaurant in Clarksville. So I mean, just seeing her and growing up, seeing that, you know, somebody can do it, and with, even like you said, the adversity and the struggles of more so not having the money or the business loans and stuff to be able to open up her own business and save her money in order to invest in herself, is definitely a good thing to see, you know. And then also just seeing it with myself, it's like, well, if she can do it, I can do it as well, you know. Just got to put the work in.
Yeah. You have other barbers in your shop?
I'm the only barber in there. You know, it's hard to find barbers that more so they want it to be given to them. You know, that's no other way I can put it. Like, the shop that I'm at on Riverside, it's almost a diamond in the rough. Not saying that people won't come to it, but on the barber side of it, it's more of an appointment place, but it is a walk-in as well. But you have to be willing to sit there, or more so go out and find those clients. Like, people aren't always going to come to you. Your friends aren't always going to support you. Your family might not even always support you. But the thing is, there's always people out there in the world that you can go talk to, introduce yourself to, and they're going to give you a chance. A lot of times you'll get more of your support from unknowns than people that you know. And I feel, a lot of people who start businesses or are entrepreneurs, they expect their friends and family to be their strongest supporters. And I mean, I feel that might be the worst outlook on it, because you're expecting them to actually support you that strongly. It just don't work like that sometimes. You do have family that will support you. You do have friends that will support you, but a lot of times it's the outsiders.
Yeah, no, that's facts. I think that's also something that's been a common theme. I'm not gonna say that people don't have support from their family, but I'm gonna say it's never to the magnitude that they expect. And a lot of love is shown outside of family, especially if you have a good product. If you're good at what you do, the people are gonna come.
I think it's not a negative thing. I think it's a thing where your family sees you doing it so much, or just more so that's just what you've been doing. They don't more so necessarily see you as what everybody else would. Somebody else is probably going to value you a lot differently because they don't know you so, intimately. But here's the irony of that. Your family's going to jump on ship when they see other people start talking about you. Your friends are going to jump on ship when they start seeing other friends and other friends groups or other friends circles start talking about you. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't knock that at all. I'm not one of those where it's like, oh, you wasn't with me in the beginning, so why support me now?
Yeah.
Maybe it was something then that I wasn't doing that suited them, that now that I've grown into my business, it may be for them now,
Yeah. Now, so I see it both ways. I do see what you're saying, but I also see it the other way. Like, and not so much as the support, but don't try to jump on the bandwagon when you see. So I'll use an example. Me and wife had a movie, right? A movie that went through to one of the biggest theaters in Nashville, Opry Mills. Okay.
Yep.
Now, there was
congratulations on that.
Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate
yes,
that.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Got my little author, Little House on the Prairie author to the right of me. What's that girl?
There you go.
But anyway, nonetheless,
we'll take all of them.
But as we had this vision and we were doing it, and I don't know if people didn't believe us or believe in us, but I don't even know if my wife believed me when I told her we were going to take it to the movie theaters. And if I'm being honest, I don't even know if she believed me. But I ain't going to make no bold statement like that if I don't mean what the fuck I'm saying, right?
All right.
And
that's that vision part,
Yeah. And so you're right. You can't force other people to see your vision. But once we started rehearsing, once them camera crews start coming down from Atlanta, and then once that trailer released, and then once that movie came out, everybody want to be in part 2 now.
It's leadership.
And it's kind of like,
if you're leading,
like
people gonna follow. Well, I mean, they were there watching. They were there watching, and then more so, it's like this. That's your vision. That was more so your idea, your goal. You just had to put it into fruition, and then once you got it moving, of course, people are going to want to jump on. Of course, people are going to be like, okay, yeah, I see it now. Like, hey, let me be in too. I can be an actor. Put me on. I can do this. I can do that. But at the same time, how I look at that more so, it's almost a breath of fresh air. Like, okay, now I can control the narrative in my life. Now I can control my peace. Now I can more so, and it's not a thing of judging a person, but like you said, it also gives you an insight on how people were more so judging you.
Yeah.
You don't have to like turn the other cheek and be, bad or be like you said, where were they at? Because I feel you on a lot of things where it's like, where were you when, I was struggling, or where were you when I needed help on this small thing or that small thing? And even down to the part to where now you asking me for a lineup for free. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
but it makes me feel good in the end where I'm not going to hold that grudge on you because I have that on you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it now. You have a movie. You have a platform to where people want to be a part of that. And if they don't come correct, they're just not going to be a part of it. And I mean, something, that's okay. Even on the part to where it's like, man, hey, I got the shop now. You want to come work, or you want to do this, or you want to be an investor. No, I'm going to just thug it out until I actually make it all the way here. And then maybe we'll invest in something else together.
Yeah.
We'll keep it like that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I get you though. I'm telling you, I get what you're saying. Like, nah, keep it moving, stay on my way. Like, I'm good.
And it ain't even so much as a keep it moving. I think it's just one of those now you want to be down kind of deal. And everybody's not an actor, right? People could have helped in different ways. But
absolutely.
Me and my wife, we funded that whole movie out of our own pockets, right? This is something, she's always been a hell of a writer, and it's something that we wanted to do. And so when I think about all the time that she put in writing it, when I think about all the money that came out of our pockets and we kind of presented these ideas, like it's not so much as I'm mad at them. It's just that we can't put in all the blood, sweat, and tears, and then you reap all the benefits of the blood, sweat, and tears from us. So I think that's more of the line that I'm in. But we ain't gonna talk about down bad.
No. You bless those who blessed you, if that's the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you should for those who weren't there, hey, it's okay. You know what I mean? And like I said, you still have the power more so to add them onto your locomotive to keep it moving or not, and for that option, it's more so, are we going to be a blessing together? Partnership is a tough thing, man. Doing things together with people in a business, it's a tough thing. Some people more so take the friendship part of it, and it messes up the business aspect of it, because we're both trying to make money. We're both trying to grow together in this aspect of it financially, if that's the case. Being friends and growing in the friendship and becoming family or closer after that, that's just there. That should just be there regardless. Now, what our goal is to make the money together. And, like we have to be respectful of each other's ideas though, too, as well. And just not always be right. Sometimes we're wrong, like I've been wrong a lot of times in this business. And I mean, it's great to be able to have somebody to tell me that I'm doing wrong, because I want to receive that. I don't want to be living the rest of my life just being the wrong person and being like, he don't listen. I want to be able to receive people and hear people out, and grow from that.
Yeah.
Man, them boy dropping them gems tonight, ain't
he?
He dropping them gems tonight, ain't he? I ain't mad at him. So
no, I mean, because I get what you're saying as far as like, and I'm not gonna say the negativity part, but the part that where it's like you weren't there for me, like I needed you and you weren't there for me. So I do understand that part to where you'll feel like your back is up against the wall, or you don't have nobody, or it's me, myself, and I, or me, myself, and my wife. And we gonna dismiss everybody else and we just gonna keep it moving forward. But sometimes, that can hurt you as well, because you'll close off, and you'll be hard, to where you're just not hearing nothing from nobody else, So I try to, I do close myself off sometimes on some things. I turn into an asshole a lot on certain things, but I try to be, peaceful and keep my ears open to a lot of the blessings that come in.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you talk to us a little bit about what it's like being the owner and main barber? Like how has it been a blessing, or is it more of a headache?
It's definitely a blessing. Like, it's definitely a blessing. It's like I said, it's provided for my family a long time. So it's definitely been a blessing. At the same time, it is a headache because I treat myself like an employee instead of more so the boss. I am the owner, true enough, but I have to also treat myself like an employee just by the fact that you can get complacent, to where it's like, oh, I run the shop and I don't have to do this or do that. I'm just not there yet where I have the shop chairs filled up to where I could just step away and not be that barber and I can just watch it develop on its own, if that's the case, or if that's a way to say it. But I like being in the shop. I enjoy being around the people. I enjoy cutting hair. Like, I enjoy the kids, man. I enjoy the journey of them coming in as youngsters and growing up into young men. I enjoy the adult males that come in there and give me more so a peace of mind that I'm not the only one going through certain things in my life, as well as just being a father, just in a man, or just, a respectable citizen in the world, So, I mean, it's both, as far as like the headache and the blessing. The headache sometimes can come from the same things that give me the blessing, as far as like with the kids. Like, those kids, they're so active, they're so, energetic. And then the moms are so protective and the dads are so, protective. It's kind of like a up and down thing. But over these years, I've just become family with these people, like they're not just my clients. They're basically like extended family. We may not chill every day or talk every day, but when it's that time for them to get their haircuts and they come through that shop, they're my family at that point, So, I mean, that's what makes it worth it. That's where it's not more so of the headache. The headache comes with the wear and tear of the shop. Maybe my clippers might have broke, or maybe the sink may be broken, or, just different little small things that come with maintaining the barbershop, and running the business, but that's still a blessing to me too, because I try to take those things on in full stride and thank God for those, if we want to say hardships or things that are put on our shoulders. I take it, with full stride and faith that I'm gonna get through it.
Yeah.
That's love, man. So he kind of touched on something that I wanted to ask. Dealing with them badass kids sometimes, like let's talk about our own son. He probably wasn't the easiest to cut the very first time Malachi was in the chair.
I actually started cutting hair because my son would not sit and get his haircut. Like I don't know if like his first haircut, if he got nicked with the clippers or what, but from that point on, he was gonna fight you if he had to get his haircut. And so I started cutting his hair because I didn't want to put nobody through that. But now I see that that's a normal thing, and that's something.
I mean, it is, it's a normal thing, but at the well, okay, just like she's saying, it's a normal thing to where moms will cut their son's hair, but in a way, it's not, because eventually he's gonna, it's a choice more so as far as like with the mom and the dad, if they're gonna cut their kids' hair or not. That's just something that's kind of like, well, we're saving money. We don't need to go to the barbershop. We're gonna give them an even Steven. We're not really, and I'm not gonna say superficial. It's just more so on the end of, I don't mind if he has a regular lineup and it's low cut and I can keep it maintained, and groomed without no problems. We don't have to worry about the nappy fro haircuts. We don't have to worry about braids, the dreads, or excuse me, the locks, or twists. We can just cut it low, line it up, and keep it moving. But at the same time, too, with you being there, Marcus, you being the father and having that, that you went to the barbershop, and when you go to the barbershop, I feel like there's nothing wrong with moms taking their sons to the barbershops, but that's a man to son thing. I feel that's a bonding thing between a father and a son. And for the father to take his son to the shop, what I see a lot of times, kids don't react the same as they do when moms take them. Now, it's totally different. And I mean, you have those moms that are strict moms to where they almost give dad impressions to where the kids in order because they know the discipline is there. Like, mom ain't playing. But a lot of times when dads come in, kids is more so needy or softer, if that's the case, because they know they can get that nurturing from their mom, which is nothing wrong with that. But that's where the father comes into line as far as the toughness, or more so just the courage, and this is what we do as men when we grow up. We go to the barbershops with our dad and we get our haircuts. We sit there like young men and we get groomed. This is our place of grooming. Now, with what you're saying as far as like kids coming to the barbershop for their first time, like I start cutting hair at 1, and that's more so because of my patience, if that's the case with kids or young kids or babies. But a lot of kids don't know this person that's cutting their hair. A lot of kids, you got to understand, we're using machines that make noise, that vibrate. And if they're not used to something coming towards their head or in their face, they're naturally going to be afraid, especially if their dad or mom isn't at home being like, this is what a haircut is. So initially, what moms do or dads do, well, okay, from my experience, moms just throw their sons into the barbershop. And it's not like a transition into getting comfortable with somebody. They're just kind of like, this is where I take my son to get a haircut, sit in that chair, get your haircut, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But it's not like that. It's basically a stranger doing something to this child, and it's going to make them nervous. The second thing, like you said, I don't know if he nicked them or what. Some barbers' clippers are set for adults only, and a kid's pain threshold compared to a grown man's threshold or a teenager's is completely different. Their skin is softer. It's fresh, it's basically like a baby that's never been touched, so that first time with a liner or an edger, it's going to be different for them, and it's going to probably cause them problems. But even with the experience over time with me, the vibe is everything. Like, the barber has to want to cut this baby's hair. The barber is going to have to want to be patient and understand that it's going to be a process to get this child to either trust you and you to be comfortable with this kid as well, But I mean, it's up and down. I can go into that for days and hours because there's so many different, so many different levels to cutting the child's hair. You definitely have to be patient. And I mean, the parent has to be patient as well. I advise first time haircuts, mom can come, but dad needs to be present. Like dad needs to be present, like moms are they're good with them, but the baby knows that mom is going to nurture them. The baby knows that mom is going to be like, it's okay, and nothing may not even be going wrong. It may just be the mom feeling that way,
Yeah.
Dads are like, sit your butt in that chair and get your hair cut,
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned like the vibe and the importance of like having a dad at the appointment, because a lot of times when I hear people talk about the barbershop, it's not like just a place to go get your hair cut. Like people take their barber and their barbershop serious, and it almost is like if you find the right barber for you, you basically grow up in the barbershop. And so like, you're right, my son did age out of mommy's haircut. So he wanted to go and he wanted to go get a big boy haircut. And it's like, I was not welcome in the barbershop, but it's good because that's like, I value men being in men's spaces and him being.
It's almost like the hair salon.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all don't want you. Now, here's what a woman to say. I don't mind you coming to the hair salon with us, but I mean, that's just y'all just being agreeable on both sides.
Yeah.
As men, we don't want y'all necessarily sitting in the shop with us because we talk about everything, just like in the hair salon, y'all may talk about everything too. And then with your man jumping into the woman to woman conversations, after a while, it's going to be like, look, bro, go outside. Like women are talking in here. Like, this is my time to kind of. Absolutely. So it's the same. Absolutely. So it's the same in the barbershop, but I have a mixed shop. I have a cosmetologist in there as well and a nail tech. So we have wide range conversations, but I mean.
Conversations get interesting. So that's what I was going to ask you is like, what kind of vibe should people expect when they come in? So that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's open for everybody. I'll put it to you like this. Like, it's open for everybody. I have a stylist in there. I have a nail tech in there. I'm a barber in there. Every now and then I have another barber that comes in on the weekends and works. And I have another stylist that comes in on the weekends and work. But our conversations range from, I mean, sometimes people don't talk about politics, but we get on politics, we get on race stuff. We get on local events, local things that's going on. We talk about marriage. We talk about relationships, kids, school, finances. We talk about a little bit of everything. It's more so just common people conversation, whatever kind of comes to mind. We talk about music, hip hop, sports. Now with me being the only male in there,
Okay.
I'm kind of dominated by the women, but I'm in the back area, so I just I stay out the way. I let them have their talks, and every now and then when they ask me, I'll fill in. Other than that, I don't join. I leave the women to the women. I let them do what they do.
Hey, Keith, I know that feeling. So I know because you got hair. But when I had hair back in the day, I keep on saying that. But anyway, when I had hair, so when I used to go in those salons, a lot of the time I was the only man there, right? There was another lady getting her hair done, another lady and I'm just like you, man. I spoke when spoken to, you know what I'm saying, and I chilled out, but I understood they probably had 101 other things that they wanted to say, but I probably was killing the vibe being the man in there. The only time they wanted me in there is when they wanted a man's opinion.
Absolutely.
They didn't.
That's usually the motto. I mean, that's usually what it is. When the women are in the front talking, they have their conversations. In my mind, sometimes I want to chime in, but I've learned from that to stay in my place. I've learned from that to stay in my place, and a lot of times where they're having conversations, it's like 4 or 5 of them out there. So I definitely stay in my place, and when they ask me, I'll answer and I'll give my short opinion. Other than that, I keep it to me and the male that's in the back, and we keep our conversation going.
Yeah, what y'all gotta do is y'all gotta talk about them in the front. They talk about their conversation. But they
include us in relationship stuff. That's what it is. They want our opinions on where we probably gone wrong or why we not doing what we need to do. So they just want to get our insight on it. And I don't have no problem sharing it, even though it don't hold no weight. It's just here's what it is.
We got to get Keith on a Monday show on our turn up show. But I do got a question. What has being an owner taught you? Like, what is the biggest lesson you've learned being an owner financially? Because again, you alluded to it earlier where you said you kind of got to treat yourself like an employee, but you're the owner of this barbershop. Like, what life financial lessons have you learned from being a boss like this?
To save my money, and more so it's kind of like save your money for rainy days or things that just the hidden things that just come out of nowhere, like AC breaking down, water pipes messing up, or even more so outside of the shop, just necessarily home things, to where it's like you need the extra money. It's like, okay, what you're gonna make, but if you don't set a plan for yourself, in barbering, you can make a different amounts of money every day. So say you have a good week to where every day you've made $250 to $300 or whatever, and you base your days off of, or you base your bills off of week to week, or maybe like more so at the end of the month when I've added up. If you have one week to where you overspend or just go out and overindulge because you just have a lump sum of cash, at the end of that month, you don't understand that money actually is going to certain bills or certain overheads that take care of your business, and you'll be check to check almost if you think about it like that. I feel like in barbering too, once you set it up to where how your money's flowing in, yes, you do have a certain amount of income that is steady and you can rely on that. But I mean, why stop there? That's like with me, once I get my shop, or once I get my chairs filled, okay, the shop's paying for itself. So is that the only money that I want? It's like, do I invest in something else, or do I continue to more so work in my own business as an employee and consistently pay myself? So that helps with other things that I may want to invest in later in the future. And I feel like if I get lazy and complacent to where I'm not working, I feel that'll make the business suffer. So it's always different ways to grow, different things to invest in, different things that can help the business. So I'm steady trying to find different ways to grow and invest in the business as well to this day.
That is very solid, a piece of advice. And again, going back to what we said earlier, like entrepreneurship, I'll be honest, it's not for everybody. And
Mhm.
you know, because if everybody could do it, they would do it. They wouldn't work for nobody,
No,
right?
absolutely.
But it takes a different type of discipline. It takes a different type of hustle, and it takes a different type of mindset to be able to take those lumps. Because you know, the 9 to 5 is safe. Yeah, you got to put up with a lot of bullshit, and you got people telling you what to do. But guess what? At the end of that 9 to 5, you know you're gonna make this much an hour, and you know you're gonna get this
Absolutely.
much check every week.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's it. You know, like at that 9 to 5, I don't knock a 9 to 5 at all. Like, I mean, everybody's had a 9 to 5, you know, like shit. I wish that when I was 17 or 16, I had the mind frame to be like, let me start my own. Let me do
Yeah.
an LLC. Let me be an entrepreneur, you know, but a lot of times when we're young, I mean, I put it to you like this, in our race, we're not really taught more so to be
Mhm.
business owners. You know, we're not really more so taught to be our own bosses, if that's the case, or to run our own businesses. We kind of are placed into society to work, and working is a 9 to 5, you know, or we'll push our kids to more so do school or college, you know, instead of more so get a trade. And school, I'm telling you, like I said, I feel college does help now over time. College does help with certain things in life for sure, you know, and I mean, it will help you in the long run as far as knowing people with different careers, you know what I mean? Like finding different people as far as like different investors, you know, I mean, it's just, it's an experience thing, you know,
Mhm.
but a lot of times I think now with my daughter that we're going to actually get started on getting your business going, working for yourself. You don't necessarily have to even work in the business, but let's start a business.
Yeah.
Let's get into
Yeah.
something to where we can go get a business loan. And then when you're 18, you have all of this set up and then you can just monopolize off of it. You know, we're not taught that at a young age. And I feel that's what we should be taught as far as how to be more financially sound, you know, how to work for ourselves. Even going off the part to where you're saying we're not all more so in the mind frame of being bosses or business owners, but you do also have to learn what's your role. You know, like where do you stand, or where do you where's your place in this world? You know, in that business, if that's the case. You know.
You know, somebody told me this is what school means to them, college. It's not a measurement of how smart or how dumb you are.
Hmm.
College is more of a measurement of can you endure, can you persevere through these next 4 years of being an adult, but still having responsibilities. Because we know it.
Absolutely.
There's several people that did not graduate college that are smarter than people that got 10-year degrees.
No,
Like,
yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, but what college does say is you went to do something and you didn't
Hmm.
quit. And as an adult, you could have went any other route in the world, but you didn't. You stayed through and you got through that schooling. So I think college does, when people like graduate college, off top, I know that's not a quitter. That person
Hmm.
right there is not a quitter. And then like the crazy people like my wife to go back and do it again and get her
Hey,
master's degree. Oh, she's definitely not a quitter. She's almost insane. You know,
what'd you say
so
though? Master's degree.
yeah,
She wants to be a master of her, you know, of her trade. You
yeah,
know, and knowledge is power, man. You know, you can't beat it. You know something that another person doesn't, you kind of win.
yeah.
You know, in all facets of life for sure. Knowledge is power. Like I'm always
Yeah.
trying to learn. Like if people have information that they can teach me to be a better person, better man, better business owner, I need it.
Yeah.
You know, for me to be like ignorant like that or not want to learn, it's crazy. Especially nowadays, like you have to
Yeah.
have that information. You know, you have to know how to work credit. You have to know how to go get business loans. You have to know how to introduce yourself to these people in order to even get in the doors.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
That's right.
Yeah.
it's a lot we still have to learn, you know, nowadays. I see my counterparts to where even with y'all, you know, it's more so like inspiration and it's more so respect to see that people in my age range, or even more so around my age range, are doing very well for themselves, growth, being business owners, bosses on their own. Even me seeing young people doing their thing, it's an inspiration and it's a respect to see them doing that. I learned from a lot of young people being at my age to where it's like, oh man, I missed that. So it's just a respect all around, man. I give plenty of respect to everybody who wants to grow, who wants to be better,
Okay.
That's love, man.
And if I haven't put that out there, God is the only one that does it. I feel like God is the one who gives us these challenges. And I love to take them on full force. I feel like every challenge that I complete or I finish is a testament more so to where it's like, I appreciate you guys for getting me through that. Like he helped me get through these things, even though we try to be selfish and be like, I did that, I did this. It was really him. We had to put in the work though.
Hey, guess what that gets? That gets in there.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
That is a mic drop.
Okay.
Man, listen. I think the biggest thing that I've learned tonight, and again, I love these Thursday shows because, like Keith, I've known you for a while, and always been a solid dude, right? But when you sit down and talk about your barbershop, boy, you in your element. You see what I'm saying? Like you in your element, and you.
What they say? I love this shit, man. I really.
Him, man, is in his element. You could tell the passion, the drive. Like that's gonna take you places. But one thing that I want you, unfortunately, you have now is you have the knowledge, and you have been there and done that. So now it is your duty to go out there and spread this knowledge that you have on how to get business loans and how to do that. And in our community, in the Black community, like you got to do that. You can't sit on that knowledge and hold it as you're having these conversations in your barber chair. And like find out what people want to do. It's your duty now. You got to spread that knowledge and wealth to other people now, so they can get there. And that's your duty now. And so. You tasked with it. You got a power. You got a gift. You got to use it.
No, for sure. Definitely, I'll take that. And like I said, with everybody else, if they have information they want to give me, I'm willing to receive it, and we can work together. Like I feel like as a community, our people as well. Matter of fact, strongly our people as well, and whoever wants to support us in doing better, I feel like bring it all in. Hopefully, we'll be all willing to receive it and can grow, all this money's been the same. It's all green at the end. They say blues and all of that, but it all worked the same way.
Yeah. I asked a question at my job because people don't listen. I said, would you rather have $1 million in ones or 10 million in dimes? And they told me they would want $1 million in ones. I said, you stupid. You damn stupid. Boy, you better give me them 10 million in dimes because it all spend the same, baby.
How you spend it though is what matters. Because you spend like you say, you spend that $1 million in ones, right? And if you don't invest in nothing right, you still broke at the end.
That's how those lottery winners be going broke all the time, man. Like, because when you're not used to having that kind of money,
absolutely,
you're gonna blow like, and when you haven't earned it, see, when you've earned it, it makes you hold on to it more. That's why some of these NFL
you go a little bit harder,
are so stingy. But when you're just giving that kind of money,
you don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to respect it. Those professional players. Now, look, they get paid a whole lot of money. I'm not going to say that they don't deserve that amount of money. But, I mean, they put in the work. They're professionals. They're on a level to where it's like, I know I'm not competing with no football player, professional football player, no basketball player, baseball, none of those professionals. So I commend them for their jobs. But sheesh. Them guys get $1 million checks.
Yeah.
Every game they get about 20, 30,000. You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference as far as like, the regular average person working that 9 to 5, putting in that work. Now, I'm not saying it's not attainable, but also what they say, 1 in a million for the professionals. It's 1 out of every million that gets picked. So I mean, that's a small margin. But I mean, I guess they deserve it. What I mean? Give them their million. I'm trying to get there off my little business.
Hey, well, when you get there, let me hold some.
Come on now,
wife. What you got?
Let's go. Let's go.
I think I got all my big questions out. I had a question about because you've been around for so long, like how has the atmosphere, has it changed at all from when you first started to now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I've had like I said, when I first started, I had a business partner when we first started going into So Amazin. Now, that was a good thing. It was more so a blessing in my mind to where when I took on a business partner, it was like, all right, 2 is better than 1. Like my mind frame it's not going to be able to cover all of Clarksville. Like I need somebody else that can cover this half of Clarksville or just has a different mind frame where we can work together. And we did that for a little while. And I think more so like how we begin and we start and then we grow with that barber became an owner himself somewhere else as we was owners together. He opened up his own shop, which is, it's a blessing in the same. Like, and that's what you got to do as far as commending each other and respecting each other's grind as far as what each individual wants to do. And I think that's just what it's about, like growing and finding yourself. Even over the time of more so when I had a partner and I didn't have a partner, you have periods where it's down to where your clients might be not as consistent, or you have to go out again and make new flyers. You have to go out and meet new people. And the part as far as you getting comfortable with being a barber for so many years, you have a steady amount of clients. So you think like, okay, those are always going to be my clients, but times change. People move, people grow. Yeah. Some people even being your client for over years change barbers because it just is what it is. They might find something different that they like in a different barber, and you can't be mad at that, and that's just how it is. And you grow to find different people, just like different friendships, different friend groups, you live and you learn. And over that time, learning from the hardships or the ups and downs, it's just made me stronger as far as like what I need to do moving forward. What can I do better moving forward as an owner, entrepreneur? It helps me all the way around, man. That's just as a man in general,
Okay.
Man. Gems again. Any more questions? You sure?
I ain't gonna ask him.
You ain't gonna ask him. You sure?
Go ahead, ask me. You can ask him what you got. Y'all got some off the wall questions and stuff like what?
No, so hair has changed so much from when you started cutting to now. I was like, and some haircuts are coming back. Like I know a few years ago, maybe like 10 years back, the Bobby Brown came back, right?
Yeah.
So like,
is
there a hairstyle or haircut that you like? Y'all don't bring that shit back. Please don't bring it back.
Haircut that I said don't bring back. The Jerry curl. That ain't even
okay. I can get with that. I can get with that.
That ain't even a haircut. But somebody asked me the other day, they was like, do you do perms? And I just put a hard no with exclamation marks at the end, like, no, I do not. You want me to S curl you up, huh? So I mean that part is like what they say, follow the drip,
Yeah, okay,
But again, on that part, it's like, hey, you like it, I love it. I can't do nothing more so please the client. But there are certain things that I do turn down, and it's like, look, a Jerry curl in a perm, yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that. But I guess if the money's right, come on down. I got you.
Listen, I seen a meme yesterday. It wasn't yesterday, but it might have been a little bit ago, and it made me think about myself. I was like, oh man. The meme said, I'm never gonna let you niggas live down that y'all was having them double lines. And I had that double line. I had it. I was at the barbershop. Hey, give me that double line, dog.
Let me get that right. Both crispy. Both crispy to them up. You know what? That might have messed around and messed with your lineup.
Yeah.
That might have messed around and messed with your lineup. But I'm only saying that because you got a line that's naturally in the front, but then you also, you know how they say push back lines, right?
Yeah.
You creating a second line right behind it. So if you change barbers every one time and they see like the remnants of that old line, they might go to that second one instead of that first one.
Well, thank
Now it's the
God.
pushback line.
My line ain't pushed back. I'm good. And you know, my hair healthy and grown. I just have this Titan hat on because I like my
Ain't nothing
Titan.
wrong with it. You good to go. You see, I got all my tight stuff in the back
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
So,
You know.
so
Salute that.
before we get on out here, what they gonna do this year, man?
Okay, look, let me not down talk my Titans like that.
I
Let
don't
me
like
not
the
down
way
talk
this
my Titans
started.
like that, man. Because I already know how people be on my Titans. I'm a ride for them until they drop. They gonna do good this year. You know, they gonna do good this year. Yeah, they're gonna do good this year. I'm just keep it like that. All right, they're gonna do good this
That's what
year.
I said.
It's always exciting to watch the Titans. They definitely always be hurting my heart.
Well, you need to come up here and have at least if we hurt together.
Yes.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Let's have some. Let's do some damn tailgate and do some Titan hurt parties. Cause
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Well, we gonna any home game we gonna be there. So Farrell wanted to say he put in the comments, salute to my dog. Been getting my son right for years. He is the
My
reason
God.
these little girls be asking about him. Always keeping my little man's line. So,
That's what it's about. Hey, tell Phil, you already know what we used to call him. It's 50.
it's 50. Like, and that followed him all the way to college.
All the way.
My college coach used to call him 50.
Man, all right. He had that going all the way through high school and everything, man. That's my guy, though. Salute to Phil for sure, man. Being a good father, being a good dad. He's supposed to. That's what it's about.
He put the laughing emoji in the chat. So, you know what I'm saying? So, the camera's all on you, sir.
Oh,
Let
okay.
us
So, you know.
where you're located, what they can expect when they come to you.
Okay.
Business hours, anything they need to know about you, how to get in contact with you, let them have it, sir.
Okay. My IG is Fresh the Barber 931. You can contact me on there. My number is on my page. You can follow me at Cuts and Blunts on my Snap, or on Facebook, Keith Powell. I'm a regular guy. Come to 605 North Riverside Drive. So Amazin Barbershop. Come see me. We got a stylist in there. Bam the stylist. We got a nail tech in there as well. NC the nail tech. Come give us a visit. It's good people, good vibes, regular shit.
All right, we definitely appreciate you, Keith, man. Definitely a blessing. So me and wife have to close this thing out, and we better go watch that Titan game.
For sure. Hey, I feel you. I'm about to get on that as well. Like I said, you see, I got my Titan stuff on. We about to get with it. Let's get us a W in there.
Man, we'll take a preseason and get us started off right.
Yeah, I appreciate it again, man. Thank you for having me on the platform. It's always a blessing to see y'all. I'm telling you, we're gonna come up there a little bit later on and check out some of the games, on party. I'm trying to catch your party coming up soon, so we'll see each other soon.
Yes, sir, baby.
Yeah.
So here's the beautiful thing about it. We were talking about a barbershop and entrepreneurship and Keith, but we got so many other gems out of what he said, and I think
he did. He dropped a lot.
I think people don't understand how much barbershops really belong in the community, like what they do, like the episode in Martin.
There was an episode in Blackish too, where they took his son to the barbershop and how people take their barber serious. Don't cheat on your barber and all that. Like it's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if you're not coming to get no haircut or nothing, or even no hairstyle, like barbershops, hair salons, they produce a lot of good people. You get a lot of insight from both of those, environments. I mean, I feel like outside of our families, if you don't frequent a barbershop or a hair salon on a regular, you should, because it gives you a wide range of who your community is, what the people are talking about, I love it. You know, I enjoy my people. I get all types of clients, white, black, Puerto Rican. It don't matter, you know. And then when they come in there, we all vibe and we all show love to one another. There's no biasness in there.
You know what? The only thing that I think is missing now, the boosters used to be in the barbershops and the salons.
Where they at?
They
Where they at?
You need them in your
Where they at?
Where my
Man, straight up. You know what? They about to come back. They about to come back just because of that.
Everything's so digital now. We can't sell the movies in the shop no more and the things of that nature.
I remember the bootleg DVDs, all of that, man.
I think I'm finna.
I remember one summer, lady came through with like 50 Nike techs. I was like, let me get 25 of those.
Right.
Oh man,
sure.
All right, with that being said and done, baby, this has been a great show.
Yes.
We'll be back on Monday, ready to be, turned up like we do. You know what I'm saying? Our little Ignis show on Monday.
There you go. Invite me on a Monday. I'll come on again.
Hey, come on down with it. With that being said and done, tighten up. Let's go.
You know it. Tighten up. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night now.
You too.
Later.
Put the shit right there. Put it right there.
But I had to show my hairline just to let people know I still got a hairline. I got a hat on, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to show the type. But I got a hairline. You see my double line? Yo, that's what it was supposed to be. Nah, that's when she was braiding me and pulling my hair back right there, man. Because you know what I'm saying? Look at that, man. I ain't know you was gonna be a hater. Oh, look at them. Look at them dark and lovely waves. Hater.